Stick and rink.
Imagine, it's a team called the Canucks. So what we do, to celebrate Canada and Johnny Canuck, we take a rink where they play hockey. And we take a stick where they play hockey with. And then we put an outline on it. And then if you squint really hard and include that stick, it becomes a C for Canucks. My brilliance is sometimes frightening.
Or a V for Vancouver.
That's a U for...
Ugly third.
Oh!
Phil! Quick!
Welcome to this unhinged episode of Ugly Thirds. Today is
as opposed to...
Our topic today is the Canucks' 40th anniversary jersey, rating rarities. Gentlemen.
He doesn't know our names. People know Phil because we yell at Phil.
Phil.exe has crashed.
So we are in the rating rarities episodes, and the point of this is to look at the special jerseys in a collection, the rare things, the things you have to hunt down, because that's what separates collections between each other. And here we have the Vancouver Canucks 40th anniversary, which I did not think to give Phil any of the info of when exactly this was worn. So I'm going to task him to do that while we talk a little about this. Because we have a system here, and I'm going to have to figure out, how about you hold it up to the camera and we go through while Phil researches.
We do appearance.
Which is how the jersey looks.
Noticeability.
Would you notice this if people walk around? Do they know
number kit.
How good is the number kit on the back?
Rarity.
Can you find this thing?
And value.
And when you find it, how much should you expect to pay?
Fantastic.
Phil? We bought you time.
You didn't buy me enough time.
Oh my God.
So, the Vancouver Canucks in the 2010,
yeah, I'm guessing it says 2010, 1970 to 2010 on the pack.
2010-2011 season broke out their 40th anniversary jersey for one game. Very first home game of the season. And what made this so unique is that they had no nameplates on the jerseys, just numbers.
Which matches the original.
And what I find cool about this jersey, and we didn't know until you fellas got me one, and then Phil had one.
Yeah, I don't have this one yet. Now we're going to need Phil. Phil, we're going to need you.
You were telling me to look something
I
up.
know. Shrems has gone rogue.
And it doesn't tell. It just tells me they wore it in their
October
database.
9th, 1970, so I imagine somewhere around there in 2010.
All right, so how am I doing?
So, I guess you got to... Inside this jersey, and both the one Phil has and Shrems has this tag. This patch on the inside. Can you get any closer? Is that possible?
You can see it really well.
Can you?
Yes. There's a date right there. See?
Nope, that's 1970.
That's the team's first game.
So this was a nice little Easter egg.
So yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, for a Reebok replica, because of the jock tag here, that's a nice little Easter egg. They don't make a lot of these.
No, they are very rare, and I genuinely don't know what that tag is. And if anyone had, my theory is that this comes directly from Vancouver's team store.
Could.
Because I've seen one on a Millionaires jersey, and I've seen your two. But I've passed on some of these because they don't have that patch, and I'm wondering, am I being pedantic? Does it matter? What is that patch? So genuinely, if people know, drop in the comments.
Yeah. You don't see that in very many other places. Unless you're doing game worn, this is not.
It is very unique, and for a replica, to put that in there is way out of left field. Phil, are we waiting for you to say something, or
no? I have the list. You were telling me to look something up, but you have the date.
Do we?
Okay.
Isn't it just the same date? Isn't it in October?
It would, whatever that first game was in 2010, I would imagine. It's fine.
Hockey reference.
When I got this in 2010, that's really what I needed.
The appearance of this thing.
So it is. Oh, we're boring, Phil.
I get it.
It is now past my bedtime.
This is not the same as these jerseys. None of us own a white stick and rink.
Yeah.
So I'm going to rely on Phil because the current look is the same jersey but with the Orca instead of the rink. So I don't need the Orca logo. I need your sleeves, Phil.
Okay, so there we go.
Lower.
So that stripe with the blue cuff is what everyone associates with the stick and rink, right? The thing. Oh, look at that Vanna action. This, but in white, and the cuff stays. What's different here, and what is so significant? I have a Mitchell and Ness of this, but it's huge. Is this, and this was worn for the first 2 years. I will double check that. So you have big chunky stripes and this V that is subtly put in there, which is just a brilliant little Easter egg.
It is.
And I like the chunk stripes at the bottom, which this has been replicated in the current third, the stick and rink third, is based on this one. Do I have one handy enough? Probably not.
Yeah, don't pull that down, please.
Oh, why? You don't want to do more maintenance?
Oh, you're doing it next time.
Oh, am I? No, I don't have it handy.
Smart chizzer.
The red gold, like it's based on this.
Yeah.
The chunky stripes. I really love this. Abbotsford, they have turned it around so it's an A.
Yep.
Brilliant. This has started to see the light of day a little bit, but it hadn't until this moment. It got overshadowed by every other stick and rink, the average setup, and that is fantastic.
This is where it falters for me in appearance because you are not catching anybody's attention with this thing.
Yeah,
unless you truly know this sleeve stripe right here. Sorry, not even sleeve stripe. This sleeve Easter egg. You think you're looking at any other stick and rink. Without the patch up here, this is any other Canucks stick and rink jersey.
See, now I'm reserving that for noticeability. That, where it is just a stick and rink jersey, I think it looks incredible. I think this should be... Now, the blue version was trash. It was blue with 2 green stripes.
Yeah,
and you look at, especially black and white photos, it looks like nothing is happening. But this, I think, is gorgeous. I think the chunk stripes is great, which is why I'm so happy that the third jersey, the black version, uses this pattern. I love the look of this. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's the best of the stick and rink.
Fair. I'm going to bump up from my 4 to a 6 for this one. Reason being is that you're going to get noticed because you have no nameplate on here.
Now, see, I think more people would be like, oh, you just were cheap and didn't get a name, or it's a men's league jersey. I think nobody's going to notice this thing.
Boy, we differ on that one quite a bit.
I think this blends in with every other stick and rink jersey. So where you put that in appearance, I put that in noticeability.
We offset each other. Number kit on this. Phil's got the...
Yeah, can we go to the slide before you pick numbers?
Yeah.
There might be 2 slides on it. I definitely did 1.
It's 1.
So you can see no names on the back, big chunky, all the way to the top, the way it was. In the press photos, they brought back their first captain, Orland Kurtenbach, to take this ceremonial face off.
Cool.
I'm at a 5.
Yeah, I'm at a 4. Like it just doesn't do anything. It reminds me of this one. Like it is what it is.
It's chunky. It's thick. It's great that there's no nameplate because that adds to the historical value of it. Other than that, it's not special.
Yeah.
And I will give them credit that they didn't leave before nameplates were ubiquitous. I've noticed in trying to put together some of these vintage jerseys, some teams left a gap where you could nameplate. Even if they never did, you could. And some teams didn't.
Interesting.
And so the fact that they didn't even leave the gap, I like that too. Rarity.
I'm at a 9 with something like this.
So, go ahead.
When you search for it, you have to cut down that search by Reebok. You have to know what you're looking for.
Yeah, know what you're looking for.
Because if you just type in Canucks Reebok jersey, you could easily scroll past it without realizing what you have. For me, going out and getting, and especially something that has the
tag
on the
separates
inside.
Things.
Yeah. But I've only seen 2 in person, and they both have that tag on it.
I have passed on 3 of these.
Okay.
For various reasons, none of them had the tag, so that's giving me pause. The one I just passed on didn't have the tag, and it was a 2X, and I'm like, for the money I'm going to drop on it, I want it to be the right fit, so I passed.
Yeah.
They're out there, but they are extremely niche. To my noticeability, you have to know what you're looking for.
It's almost like the Oilers one-off mid-90s shoulder yoke jerseys. Like, you have to be in the market for it.
And see, where you're like, okay, so if you're just searching, I just have a generic hockey jersey search with a bunch of filters on it that I just use nearly daily.
Yeah.
When I can't scroll Instagram at work, I'm on eBay, which costs me a lot. But that's how these, and I will scroll through enough of these, and I know immediately of, oh, that's that one. But I don't expect it of the average person.
No. This one is much like our conversation about this. Is like, this is for a certain collector, someone who is a Canucks collector through and through, or someone who's after, rare jerseys.
Right, something very specific that way. On that, I'm at a 5. I'm thinking 200's about right.
Literally the exact same.
Good, because yeah, and that's just, you'll find them under 100 at times, usually with some damage to them.
But this is much the same as that Oilers jersey, to where someone may not realize what they have. This might look like that, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to throw it up there for. That's
just it. All the stick and rings start to look the same. Yeah, and you can get lucky. You absolutely can. But about 200 is where they ought to be.
I'm taking mine to EPS at the end of April. I had one of my guys playing that. I had 2 people playing that game, but to have that like officially customized to on ice specs and everything like that, it's gonna be cool. We already went to Vancouver. I'd love to go back, but if we do go back to Vancouver, I'm gonna be wearing this one. Yeah, for sure.
Phil, are you still mathing?
I'm not mathing. I'm just posting.
He's flummoxed. Did we even look at the big list before?
Nope.
No, we're really good at missing things in these.
Never.
We're all over the place.
Not this late at night, though.
Well, it's late?
It's got to be like, what?
So,
7 o'clock?
This is the overall list. Lightning Storm Surge at the top, along with the Dallas Stars Winter Classic, which you just can't find it, and the Jet Blue, which you can't find it.
I did find a Jet Blue, though. Over $1,000.
Well, that's I don't count that as finding it. Oilers 1 year and the Leaping Coyote at the bottom. The Canucks 40th. I'm thinking this has got to be near the bottom.
I'm going to say 31.
It should be very mid-pack, and I don't think it's going to make it that high. I think the noticeability is going to kill it. Where'd it go? Oh, God.
Wow.
Where did it go?
27.5.
Oh, okay. It's just above the blue land. It deserves higher.
Yeah, it's for me, this deserves to be where that Canucks Millionaires jersey is, and the Canucks Millionaires jersey needs to come down a little bit. I'm still stuck on that being so high.
You know what? The difference is that Millionaires is so noticeable.
True.
That everyone flocked to it. When they go up, people bid on it. Whereas this will literally float under the radar. Yeah. And sometimes go without bids at somewhat reasonable prices because no one knows what it is.
Sure.
And the low demand kills it.
Sure.
So, I'm not upset by it, but it deserves to be a bit higher just because it is a very rare piece. So, with that, I'm actually open to what suggestions on some of these because I'm not always aware that, oh yeah, I guess that is a rare jersey. We all have it. We're kicking them around, and so drop some in the comments. What would you like to see? What do you think? Tell us how we did on that. Shrems, any thoughts? He's Shrems. John, Phil, take us out.
Put me on the spot.
You left him speechless. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications when we post new videos. And come back to another episode of Ugly Thirds.
My 4th grade teacher would be very surprised that you left me speechless because she couldn't get me to shut up.